Off the Record with Nate and Jeff. Unfiltered, unscripted, unapologetic. Welcome to Off the Record, where the conversations go deeper than the surface, and nothing is ever off limits. With your hosts, Nate, bringing wisdom, real-life experience, and that straight truth, and Jeff, bringing perspective, edge, and the questions everybody's thinking. This isn't for the cameras. This isn't for the headlines. This is Off the Record.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Off the Record. I'm one half of your host, the good one, Nate.
Did you almost forget your name? Holy shit.
Yeah,
This is Jeff, and
yeah,
that is Nate, since Nate forgot his
yeah.
name. So you
I
like you
mean,
almost forgot your name.
I didn't forget my name. This is life is stressful
Okay.
sometimes. You just got to
But
figure out what you want to call yourself.
sometimes, what do you mean? Sometimes, all the time.
Yeah.
But you
All
need to at
right.
least remember your name. I'm like, God damn. I saw in your face you forgot your name. Like,
Yeah, Nate.
yeah,
But
there we go. Nate.
anyway, all right,
Go ahead.
man. So we always talk about life. So today we're gonna start a new series. It's all about talking about the real side of being grown. When I say being grown, I mean being an adult, right? Because we all say that we want to be adults, and then we realize adulting sucks. It's a good part of
I,
it.
I never said that.
You
I
say
never
that all
told
the
nobody.
time.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't want to be grown. I just
Yeah,
want to do grown people things, and that's the difference. Yeah, I
yeah,
want no responsibility. We talked about this earlier. I want no responsibility.
yeah.
I wish somebody could just pay for me for everything and just let me live my life.
That's called a prostitute, but we ain't gonna talk about that on this
Whoa,
show.
whoa, whoa! I ain't giving out nothing, man. What the hell? That went
Yeah,
south.
nah. But man, so just think about it, right? So when you were a kid, right, and you thought about being an adult, like what's
Mm.
something that crossed your mind?
You know what? Living by myself.
Yeah,
That was the biggest thing ever. When I grew up, I had to share my room with my little brother. My little
mm,
brother's horrible. Okay,
yeah,
he's horrible now, and I don't know how his wife deal with him, and he got a kid, so it's fucking horrible.
uh-huh,
I don't know what's hell going on in that household
yeah,
sometimes, but that was my thing. I just want to live by myself. That's all. Nobody can tell me what to do
yeah.
in my own room.
Right. Yeah. So I grew up. It was a bunch of us in our house. So I mean, I got um 7 sisters that
King.
I know, 2 brothers. So I didn't have my own room until I got grown and moved out. So, having your own space was a good thing. Now, my introduction to adulthood was a little different. When I turned I remember my sister, she always used to tell me my nickname, man. She used to be like, "Man, um you can stay here until you graduate. Once you graduate, you got to go on your own." And I'm like, cool. I'm like, all right, man, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Jeff. So, you graduate, you walk across
Mm-hmm.
the stage,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
happy. And then they used to do like the thing where you like, I don't know what it's called, like where you may get locked in and they give out prizes. For you, that was about 50 years ago. So you may not remember this type of
Wow.
stuff.
Wow. 49. 49.
Okay, 49 years ago. So I think it's like graduation celebrate, whatever it's called, right?
Are you
So
talking about
I'm
kiss the
there.
tear?
No,
Like a
kiss
steak?
the what? No, no,
Kiss
no.
the
This
tear. They give a 16-year-old Mexican girls. You think you're a
Oh
60-year-old
no.
Mexican girl?
This is just whatever they have after graduation, right? So,
Okay.
I'm having a good time, I'm winning,
Uh,
and I'll never forget. I want for the prize that I won a plate set. So, I'm
okay.
happy, I'm going back home and I get there and I see some bags on the
Holy
porch.
shit.
And I'm like, what's going on? Man, they done kicked me out and told me,
Wow.
hey, it's you grown now. Let me tell you, that wasn't fun. So, of course, I had to move out, right? And then I had to
Okay.
go get an apartment. First I
Mm.
had to get a job because, I needed money. I didn't have a lot of money. Um, so I had to go get a job. And I tell you, I thought working was fun because you get money, but then I realized that You don't get no money. The illusion of the people that I thought was working that had money, they must have been on TV because I think at the time I was making like 525.
Uh,
And so apartment where I lived at the time probably was about $500. Maybe like this might be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. So I'll say about $500.
that
Now
apartment
I'll
was.
make it. Listen, huh? This was in 2000.
Yeah, but she back in 2000. I ain't been in the hood. What kind of hood you went
Yeah.
to?
Nah.
Shoot.
So I'm like, okay, boom. Now I'm making $5 an hour. So
Uh,
just to get the money I need, I gotta work 100 hours just to pay for the apartment. Let's just say that wasn't working out well for me. That's when I realized that being grown wasn't fun. Like bills, like the first time you get that bill in the mail with your name on it, like
what was the first bill you got? Do you remember the first bill?
the first bill I got was a light bill, and it was
Oh
high.
man.
The light bill was like $280. Man, listen, I cut all the lights off in the house. Like I unplugged the refrigerator. I was like, man, where is this electricity coming from? You know what I'm saying? Because again, like when you living with somebody, they paying all the bills. And now I understand. That's when I understand why people turn that water off. Why you got the lights on? Because them bills hit. Like
Yeah.
let's say bill due on this date. I never had that feeling until I moved out. So I'm like, so
So,
yeah.
oh
No,
my
go
God,
ahead.
they cut your lights off, didn't they?
No, they didn't. But so I had a roommate, right?
Uh-huh.
And the part that sucked about having a roommate was my roommate parents paid for his half of the rent. I'm assuming,
Mhm.
I don't know, but in my mind that's what was happening. And I'm paying my part of the rent, but like at the time I had 3 jobs. So I was working
Mm,
at a computer company, I was working like I had a cleaning services, and then I was doing like some companion work. So I'm working like
companion
18
work.
and
You going
yeah,
no
that's like when you
no.
take care of older people. Nah, not a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. You sure that you're not gonna just roll over there like it's something simple? Like I had some companion work where I used to do
Yeah.
some P Diddy stuff around here.
Nah, we didn't.
Okay,
Baby
go
oil was
ahead.
cheap back then, so we ain't had that
Yeah.
problem. But so I was looking. I'm like, I'm working 16 hours a day, maybe sometimes, yeah, like 16 hours a day, and I'm like, so I'm really just paying to kind of, you know what I'm saying, just
Hmm.
to go to sleep, right? So I was just like, yeah, this ain't fun, because everybody else we had like the party house, you know what I'm saying? So everybody would come in and party, but I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? But they using water, they using lights. And I'm like, bro, like, okay, the party house about to get shut down because it ain't fun when the bill come. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, man.
It's something.
Yeah.
It's not fun for them, but it's fun for you. You didn't enjoy the fact that you had your own bill, your own light bill to
No.
pay, that you could pay
No.
out your own money.
No, I didn't
That's the
enjoy
joy.
that. And I don't enjoy it now. Like it doesn't get like the older you get, bills don't get like fun. It's kind of like oh, bills are coming. No, it never gets like that. It's just like dang, boy, bills. All right. Like I was looking at my budget, like yeah, them bills don't stop.
They don't stop at all.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm
if
gonna
you don't
tell you,
want bills, join the military. I'm telling you.
no, that's worse.
Hey, go
God,
get you
no,
some.
no,
Go get in them
no,
barracks, and all you got to do is staff duty 24
no,
hours.
no, 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 no. Do not.
Nah,
That's horrible advice. You talking about
dang.
stay I tell people this story all the time, right? Like I say,
Yeah,
talking about adulting, right?
yeah.
And I already stayed by myself before I came in the military.
Me too.
But
Yep.
like you talking about staying in the barracks, right?
Yeah.
I got to the barracks, they put me in a room with 4 other people. That was horrible. Okay. It wasn't even no dividing walls, none of that. We had 4 other people and 1 bathroom. Okay. I was like, this can't be life.
Mm.
Yes, this
Oh,
can't be
yeah, this was
life.
definitely the 80s because I think in the 90s they went away.
You say, it can't be life. Even when it was back in the 80s, it still can't
Yeah,
be life. I said, no, I'm good. That's not where you talking about the first time that you remember a bill. I
yeah,
remember I won a car. You know, because we talked about his bad credit
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
before. Um, I was My parents took me everywhere in their car, and I had my mom a blue van to drive all the time, right? And I used to complain about a little box, little blue van. But when
Yeah.
I drive it, I like, I want to drive that goddamn van. This ain't
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I want to look cool. I used to see this car. I don't know. It's a Nissan Z. I don't even remember. A
Oh
little
yeah, yeah,
fast
yeah.
little
The little,
car.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like the,
Oh,
yeah.
it was so
Kind of like the
beautiful.
skyline if you go to like overseas. Yeah.
Yeah, I told myself I'm gonna get me one of those, right? I said it can't be that much. Everybody drive them, right? And I told my mama. I remember the first time I was like, I don't need your goddamn van.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and get me a car myself, because I can drive myself to work if I get
Yeah.
my own car. Right now, I was hot 17 years old,
Yeah.
and I went to the dealership and I said, you know what? I went to the Nissan dealership. I said I'm gonna get this car. The guy started talking all his mumbo jumbo to me, right? I'm like, man, I wish I had an adult with me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Adult. Yeah. Because I don't know
To
none of
talk
that
about
is
this car because I don't
interest
know.
rate. Yeah. We're only
I
gonna
don't
charge you
know.
20% interest rate.
I
That's a
had
steal.
no idea what he was
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, he was stealing something, my soul.
Yeah.
But he started talking about this, talking about that. He said, "Yeah, so all you gotta do is put down $5,000 in a cosigner." Like,
Mm.
what the fuck I need a cosigner for? And where
If
the
I gotta
five
pay
thousand
five
dollars
thousand
come from?
dollars from, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like, and he said, "Yeah, it's only gonna be $650 a month."
Man, what? Yeah, you was definitely getting ripped off.
Whoa,
Yeah. How
whoa!
old were you?
17, hot
Yeah, that
17,
sound like something they tell
a
somebody
hot
17 when their brain hasn't fully
17.
developed.
It was fucking horrible. And my brain was developed. It was developed to know that I couldn't afford that goddamn car payment. So I walked out there with my head
Oh
down,
yeah.
and I might not get back on my
Yeah.
bike and ride my bike home because I already told my mama,
I
yeah,
would need your
gotta tell
van.
you. I told my mom, need your goddamn
Yeah.
man. That was my first shock to like, you know what? Adults is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. So as I ride my bike back home, and then the rain started.
Oh boy, when it rain, it pours, huh?
It pours.
Oh man.
People don't understand about adult life. Like I say, you
Yeah.
say all the time, I want to be an adult until bam, life hits you.
Yeah.
And life hits you so hard. And that day when I rode home in the rain, I realized that from this day on, being an adult is not going to be the thing to do. And
Yeah.
I can tell, I wish I get a refund. I need a refund. I need a refund on a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
Adulting, 5 stars? No, 1 negative star. It's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah. So
Horrible.
so yeah. So and then it kind of made me think of like I think about like I was struggling. I ain't, when when I was living by myself, I was struggling, and ultimately, to survive, I started selling drugs because a regular paycheck. Listen, I don't listen. A regular paycheck is, I hate to say it, but it's a scam, because you gotta pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about insurance. Again, you only making $5 an
Yeah,
hour.
you gotta pay for the rolls.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Huh?
gotta pay for the rolls, the schools.
Yeah,
You gotta pay
bro,
for the
it's
rolls, the
everything.
schools.
So by the time
Eh,
you get your check, it's gone. You're only working to be broke.
yeah,
I guess you're only working to be alive, because you don't you don't have no
yeah,
money. Like I
yeah,
used to.
and no life, and no
You don't.
time.
Listen, and then you gotta think about it. So at this time, I got a cell phone. Cell phone was like, I think a cell phone bill was like $60 at the time. And then, night and weekends was free. So I'm like, hey man, call me after 7 or call me on Saturday, because I only
Man,
got 50 daytime minutes.
you know that. So we talk about daytime and night and
I
weekend
got
minutes. Man,
daytime minutes.
that was
Yeah.
the
Hey,
life
and then
there,
you had to
boy.
pay for text messages. That's when I knew, like when I had things in my name, that's when I knew. So man, so like the moment that I really, really knew that I was grown is when I couldn't get anything without paying a deposit. Like, because
Like
either one,
that cell phone we talked about.
yeah, that cell phone. Boy, that cell phone really was an eye opener for me. And you know what I'm saying? So, like, and here's what's crazy, right? So this house that I was telling you about, like I said, it was me and my friend. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. None of the bills were in our name. So everything was
Oh
in his
shit! What the
parents'
fuck?
name. Listen,
Oh,
everything
okay.
is so basically his
Church.
parents moved out. We moved in, and we're paying the bills, so we're paying whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
Now, I'm about to tell you a funny story about this. All right, since we're talking about, this is the moment that I knew being an adult sucked. So I was how old was I? So I had to be around, because I wasn't in the army. So I had to be around 20. no, I was probably 2021, right? And it was
Okay.
income tax time, and I ain't have no kids, of course. So I told my sister, I said, "Hey, let me
Mm.
claim your daughter because
Yeah.
you know she like my daughter. I'll take care of her, and then I give you half the money, right? Boom, boom, boom." Now, I just said that my house that I lived in, I didn't have any bills in my name. So you know what that means?
Uh.
I don't live there.
Yep.
According to
At
the
all.
IRS, I don't live there. So
At
boom.
all.
So I get my refund back. Boom, 6,000. I'm like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. So you know, I'm balling. I get this phone call. Brrr, brrr. We ain't have call ID, so I'm answering. It's
Uh-huh.
somebody that know me. This was like, hey, yeah, this is the Internal Revenue Services.
Oh
Are
shit!
we
You got the
speaking to?
IRS
You know what I'm
calling.
saying?
Oh,
So I'm like, yeah,
holy
that's like, yes, we're reviewing your uh your income tax, and we're trying to say, we say they name the address, so it says that you're claiming head of household here. We need to verify that you lived here. Could you send us like a light bill or water bill? I'm like, nah. And I'm like, man, so like everything is somebody else name. I'm like, everything is somebody else's name. They like, yeah, that's not gonna cut it. Cause if you don't have nothing in your name, how can we verify that you live? I'm like, nah, like I live that. Listen, the IRS was like, listen, homie,
You
we
had
need
nothing in your
our
name.
money back. Now, mind you, this money is
Oh.
gone. I done gave half of it to
Mm,
my sister, and I
mm,
done spent the other half. So I'm
mm.
like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I was like, okay, well, let me try to figure something out. So I'm trying to figure out how can I prove that I'm the head of household. There ain't no way to do it if you don't got bills. So
Yeah.
lesson to you young people. If you want to claim you live somewhere, you need to have a bill in your name, because if not, you don't live there. It can't
Just
be
one bill.
no, yeah, a bill, a light bill, a water bill, a house rent or something. And their parents wasn't giving me like no receipt. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, I'm dumb,
Mm,
I'm living, and I don't got no money anyway. so so
mm.
I'm like, okay, boom. Now I ended up had to pay $10,000 to them
God
for the
damn.
$6,000 that I got. Now, mind you, I
Damn.
just told you I make $5 an hour.
So where the $4,000
Yep,
surcharge came
drug
from?
dealer was activated.
Oh shit,
Listen, man,
son.
I didn't have no other choice. Like I was like, listen, okay, well, I don't know how to do this. So I definitely ran to the streets to help make that money because
Hold
it
up.
was crazy.
But didn't Hope do that so you didn't have to?
Hey, he did, and I had to, cause hey, that time I ain't know who Hope was, and hey, listen, I was listening, and I was like, man, this is
Wow.
crazy, and that's when I knew that life was like serious, man, cause the IRS was like, we'll garnish all your wages. I don't even know what this stuff means, mind you. I don't pay them, cause I don't, cause I'm young and I'm thinking,
Mm.
boom. I joined the military. When I get to
Oh,
my first duty station, okay, because
that's where the surcharge came from.
boom. So
You
when
have to
I
pay these
joined, so
motherfuckers.
listen, when I joined the military and I get to my first duty station, they send a letter to my commander. Bro, so I'm like, boom, the commander's like, hey there, Private Garrett, come on into my office. I'm like, cool. She's like, yeah,
Damn.
I got something here from the IRS and this and that, and they're trying to contact you. And I'm like, okay. So like, boom, they like IRS like, hey, do you got our money? That's all they asking. I don't want to hear nothing. Do you got our money? I was like, no, I'm in the military. You know, I'm trying to get back on my feet. Whoop de whoop. And I said, man, I'm about to deploy. Listen, that deployment is the only thing that saved me, because that interest, that daily compound
Uh-huh.
interest was killing me. And they was like,
Ah,
okay, well, since you're about to deploy, we can't. It was like a soldier act or whatever,
yeah.
something protecting me. They was like, the day that you get back, you need to call us. Listen, now I didn't enjoy that 15-month deployment, but I definitely enjoyed 15 months not talking to the IRS. So I was saving all my
Oh,
money. Listen, when I got back, I paid them. The day that I got back, I paid them. And that's when I realized, like, being an adult, like, there's real things that you got to think about, because as a kid, man, you don't think about it. You think like the McDonald's by itself, the
mhm.
lights just turn on. That's when I was like, yeah, life isn't, we don't understand as kids because we're looking at it from the everything is provided to us
Yeah.
perspective versus like how is this stuff coming, like, but I remember back then you got to think gas was 89 cents, but
Oh man.
89 cent was still
I didn't
kind of
think about
like,
gas prices. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
think about
right,
gas
right. You know what I'm
prices.
saying?
It's
Hey, I want
filling
to go
up.
to the movies. You know what I'm saying? So now I'll be like, man, what gas is like what? Man, I just paid $6 for a gallon of gas when I was in Miami. And I'm like, man, this is crazy.
God
So yeah,
damn.
that's when I knew that being an adult sucked, man. Like they have real issues. Like I could see why adults was walking around mad, especially when you got
Depressed.
kids. Listen, we had a big family. So like I said, I had 7 or 8. I got like 9, 10 siblings, right? And all of us are close. So by that time, when I was younger, my oldest sister, I think she's 8 years older than me. So yeah, she's like 8 years older than me. So until, you know what I'm saying? Until I was like 8 or 9, and I'm the middle child. So my mama taking care of like 7 kids, bro. I could see why
Hmm.
she was angry. Like anything extra, like I remember she told me you can't play no sports because I'm not buying you no shoes. Listen, my like I
Oh
had hand
God.
me down clothes from I was the first boy, so that tells you a lot about my hand me
Oh
down
wow.
clothes.
Yep. Oh. Oh my God. You wore pink a lot.
Bro, yeah, I wore whatever Goodwill had, but that was a part of growing up. But being an adult, right? So what was like what humbled you in adulthood? What was something that you was like, yeah, this ain't.
It-
I know the
it- it-
car humbled you, but like now you're an adult. Now you like 20s. Like what's something else that just was like, bam?
goddamn, like you said, buying a house
Oh no, man, yeah,
was the one thing that humbled me and made me realize that I don't want to do this no more.
yeah. How old
I,
how old were you when you brought your first house?
25.
Oh, you was in the military, right? Oh, I
Yeah, I
forgot
was
you
in the
was a
military.
military brat. So you had a pretty
No,
decent
I
life.
wasn't a military brat. Both my parents were educators. They was
Oh,
poor as
my bad. I
crap.
thought you said you was a
Teachers
military.
don't
Oh
know.
no, that's Will. My bad. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay, somebody. I
yeah,
don't know who it
no,
was.
yeah, it's
Somebody was
not
a
me.
military.
I said my parents were
That's what happened
teachers.
when you get old. All your friends. That was John. Okay.
That was Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
But okay. Okay.
I'm tell people like I say, cause I remember like yesterday, right? You remember when you was in school, you used to talk about your teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I had this one teacher that used to help me out with my work, and I remember I went to her house, right? And I was like, man, her house is beat down. I like when I get an adult, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna have no beat down house like that. My house gonna have like 6 rooms, gonna have like
Yeah.
4 bathrooms, 3-car garages, and I'm
Yeah.
getting me a Land Rover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now fast forward this to when 25-year-old, okay? Like I say, now my wife pregnant,
Mm.
okay? She like, I don't want to stay
Mm.
in no apartment anymore. We need a house. I like, I was like, first of all, you're pregnant. That's already a bad thing. You
Well,
stress me out there because I'm like thinking how much this
wise.
baby costs. You
Yeah.
know, babies cost a lot. Baby costs a lot, okay? Second of
Yeah.
all, I remember like I said, we went to Colorado,
Yeah.
okay? And when we got there, I looked online, found this house that was in my price range. I just made E7, but I was E7 with less than 7 years in.
Oh yeah,
So,
you
and
weren't
then like,
making no
no,
money. Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
weren't
making
making.
no
Yeah,
money.
believe I was in that same thing. You're not making
The
no
rent
money until
looked
you
the
hit
rent
about
looked
8 to 10 years.
good. The rent looked good, but I had no money. It's just I had power.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah,
with no bite. Like I was a
yeah,
dog with no teeth,
yeah. If if
like a
if it
big
was an
dog.
E4 with 2 kids, they making more money than you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So I get there. We found a nice house in Fountain, and then we found a house in the mountains. Now the one in the mountains cost a little more than one in Fountain, but the one in the mountains they were giving a sale, right? And
yeah,
at the present moment, I should have asked why this house was cheaper than the house down the mountain. But at the time, I was looking at my pocketbook. My
yeah,
pocketbook was light.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Right.
so
Yeah.
so we get in the house, and like I said, she's pregnant. By this time, she about 8 months pregnant. So
About
I'm
to
already
pop.
realizing like this is right. She pregnant. I got to pay for this kid. I got to get this house. We get in the house. You know why the house was cheaper? It didn't have no AC.
Mm.
In Colorado, especially up in the mountains, they
Yeah.
don't believe in AC. My wife from the South. You know how Colorado don't get hot, but it get hot. But when you're
Yeah.
dealing with a pregnant woman that's 8 months pregnant, big as a house, and she's hot, she's not happy. She got her bags. She called a cab. She said, "I will see you
She
when
done
you
went to
get
the
AC."
hotel.
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit. So
Oh, man.
I'm sitting in this house. I'm like, where did I go wrong? Like, I, I didn't want this.
Man, that's crazy, yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I want to go back to that Bears room, those three other people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that
So
that humbled me. That
so
humbled me
I
the best.
yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I bought a house. I think I was the first house. I think I was over 30. And again, I was in the military, right? Prior to that, I'm gonna be honest, I never thought about buying a house because I was thinking about down payments and
Mm,
money that let's just say a nice house back then, you would pay like 150,000, right? So
mm,
they like 10%, that's 15,000. I'm like, 15,000.
1,000.
So like that's when you really that's when you really understand, like, bro, life is out here just really like the people. And then when you go to somebody, like you said, you went to your teacher house and you was like, man, this ain't it. I bet to her
This is
she was like, this is everything.
thing.
This is the whole
Everything.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Everything.
like, man, because I'm trying to think of. I remember when I was younger, and of course, I mean, I stayed in some nice, okay-ish houses. But I went to like one of my friends' house, and they had like a nice house, and I was like,
Mm.
man, my parents got to get their lives together.
Oh God. Oh,
Nah, I was just like,
oh
listen,
God.
man, this
Oh
suck. I'm like,
man.
bro, because I be
They was
thinking
doing the
like,
best they can,
yeah,
man.
I just be thinking like, man, how can they have like how they got their own room is you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, man, it's crazy. Like it was definitely an eye opener. Um to just kind of see, but again, like I said, we had a large family or whatever. But I was, I used to think about that. So listen, I used to love to go to school because I'm like, man, school, I got a desk, I get a
Yeah.
lunch and a breakfast, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, school is awesome. So I was one of them kids that loved school because I was like, school got everything that
Mm-mm.
some of the stuff that, we didn't have at home. So for me, now like looking at retrospect, like, um, like being an adult, man, we didn't have no idea. Like I remember when your parents be like, don't rush to be grown. Yes,
Oh,
don't.
yes.
Take your
Yes.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Y-
that shit must sell. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, nah. Well, I'm talking to the younger people, like, take your time. Cause I remember I was like,
they
man, when I
they
get
they
grown,
ain't
I'm gonna
listen.
do this, I'm gonna do this. You're not gonna
They
do
ain't
none of
listen.
that. Cause when them
They ain't
bills
listen.
kick in,
They
man.
they are not listening. And I'm gonna tell you they're not listening. Like I said, cause I got older kids, right?
Yeah.
So I got a 21-year-old,
Yeah.
and I told him the same story that my dad told me, right? You got a speeding ticket before, right? Have you got a speeding
Yeah. I
ticket
got
before?
two in with 5 minutes,
Okay,
so don't
okay,
talk to me about
okay.
speeding.
So when I was younger, when I finally did get me a car, I used to get speeding tickets. After a while, those speeding tickets add up and they take your license.
Yeah, you got
And
too many
then
points.
the assurance people drop you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like you said, you still have to go to work, right? Because at
Yeah.
that time, like I said, I didn't want to go to school, but I went to school and got me a degree, and I'm sitting here in Atlanta, right? So I got
Mhm.
no car in Atlanta. And back then, that's when the bus system wasn't so great. You get on the bus, shoot,
Mm.
you have anything, you might get robbed, And unlike you, see, I'm not grown enough to sell drugs, okay? I'm a little punk, okay? I'm on the bus like clutching my pearls and stuff because I'm from the country. I'm like, God, is it like what they saw on TV? Because you got
Yeah.
to think about, I watching The Wire then too, so I didn't know if that was going to
Oh,
same
yeah.
happen to me. That Omar going to whistle and come get me. I ain't know. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, okay, let me tell my son about this story right here, so he won't do the same thing,
Yeah.
right? This cat, after ticket number 5, he mad at me because I kicked him off the insurance. He said, Dad,
Mm.
why you kick me off the insurance? I said, because you want to do a grown people thing. He said, but I am an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I said, adult pays their own insurance. So I
They
gave him
do.
his own insurance bill, right? He came and he went to the mama. He's sitting in the mama lap crying, talking about, well, Dad, keep me off the insurance. I ain't know the insurance gonna be as much.
Oh,
I
yeah,
gotta
it's
pay this.
about one maybe 150, 200. 'Cause
Oh
you
no.
under 20.
he got a speeding problem. So it's way
Oh
more than that.
yeah, it's definitely more than that. Oh
It's
yeah,
way more than that. So when he got paid,
he got a
for your own
mortgage
car
payment.
note. Yeah, because he wanted his own car. He didn't want my hand me down. He like, I want a brand new car. I said, okay, buddy.
Mm-mm-mm.
Dad's not paying for that brand new car. Just like my father told me, 'cause I want a
Yeah,
brand new car too. I had to pay for. I had to make life choices. Like, hey,
yeah,
can I afford this car that costs $300 a month, or do I need this one that costs $150 a month? The car that
right.
costs $150 a month is not the car
Hey,
that you really want.
but it'll
It's
get you where
still
you need to go.
no, it won't. It'll break
Yes,
down. No, it
nah.
won't.
Hey,
No, it
listen.
won't. It breaks down. That's why I became a mechanic.
Hey, that makes
That's
sense.
literally why I became a mechanic. So I can
That
learn to
makes sense. Okay,
fix
yeah,
my
life.
own goddamn car. So
Ah,
that's why I became a mechanic. So you see, I think about it. So they're not listening. Well, I hope hopefully they will listen and
yeah.
learn from somebody else. Because like I
So
say,
okay, so now like, what was when you was an adult? So let's just say not, where have you ever? Did you grow up with like some friends like, and then y'all really was like adults together, and then like y'all would visit each other, and like you be looking at their situation, and like they be looking at your situation, and then you be
yeah.
like, man, they doing good, or like, dang boy, I'm doing way better than them.
Nah, I got the one that's doing better than me. Yeah, yeah. It's a fucking understatement. And you try not to be jealous, because you're a friend. Like, this is my friend.
Yeah, yeah,
We went to high school together. We played football together. We
yeah,
went to college together. We have
yeah,
this. We have a different degree than I had, but we both went to Atlanta,
yeah.
right? And already lived in Atlanta, already expensive already.
It
But
is.
this cat, he stayed downtown Atlanta in a
Mm,
studio apartment. This motherfucker was taking pictures. This what this motherfucker did. Okay, take motherfucking pictures. You went
yeah.
to school for 4 motherfucking years and learn how to take pictures. I got a fucking engineering degree. Why the fuck are you living
Hold on,
better
you
than
got an
me?
engineer degree?
Yes, electrical engineering
You got
degree.
one of them degrees that Dr. Bryant got.
Guess what? But that's how I know
Yeah,
adult insults because when I went to his place, like I say, a friend. He's one of my good
yeah,
friends. I'm looking at him like this motherfucker got a nice ass couch.
yeah,
He got like a 2-bedroom. He's staying with nobody. Like he said, roommates. He's
yeah. He
staying with
ain't got.
nobody. I can't stay downtown with him. I can't afford the parking.
Yeah,
Shit. But he living the lifestyle, and he like you can come do this too. And he said, because I took photography as a minor in college,
yeah,
but I like I got this engineering degree. I'm gonna go
yeah,
do this thing, right? And that goes into about like I tell people about going to working as a child. You can make mistakes,
yeah, yeah.
and people
Yeah,
okay with it's okay. Even if you training and you're a child, you can make mistakes.
yeah,
But like I tell you, got a degree in electrical engineer.
yeah.
So I went to go work for the power plant. As I'm working for the power plant, they got these electrical bars like almost like big as a wall, and you
Hold
can hear
on,
the
man.
electrical
How many
humming.
jobs you had before you joined the military?
One,
Okay.
one,
Oh, the power
okay.
plant job. Okay.
Yeah, the power plant job. Yeah, the power. But let me just say one thing. Like I said, being adult. So I'm sitting here thinking gonna train me because I'm a kid,
Yeah,
right? I'm not a kid to them. Okay, at this time I'm 22 years old. They're like, you grown. Y'all ain't grown.
yeah.
Be grown, right? So I working on the thing now. Mind now, even though I got a degree in electrical engineer, it's book smarts. They
Yeah,
teach me
yeah.
how to
No
really actually do
experience.
the work.
Yeah.
No, zero
No
experience,
experience.
okay?
Yeah.
Zero adult experience. Why I fuck up and cut off a whole city block
Oh
and I
man.
and I couldn't fix it. Oh my God. I'm sitting there panicking. I'm trying to fix the thing. My supervisor's behind me, like, Jefferson, you got to do it. Let's get it going. Come on. You know what you're doing. Electrical engineering guy. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh fucking God. Oh God. So I'm freaking the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
I just want somebody to help me.
Yeah.
I got back to the office and I got some real adult consequences. They said, hey, look here. We like you. We think you'll be a good achievement to the team, but it's time we gotta let you go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
I think, let me see. I got I kind of got fired one time from a job, but I definitely quit a lot of
Thank you.
jobs because
You
I
sure
was
you
just
quit or
like,
you got fired?
no, I quit. The one
I don't
job
know.
I got fired from, it
I
was
met
like
you.
a miss.
I wanted to fire you, so I'm be all right. We could fire people in the army, man. I could fire you.
Nah, that's my younger days. Like I had a job and it's crazy. And I don't know if I said I took like I used to work for Hardee's for
Mhm.
8 hours and 32 minutes. And then I quit because I didn't realize again that working was so hard. Like man, I think I don't know why we thought being an adult was easy. Cause in my mind, like when you grown, like you free, you can do whatever you want. Man, I could come in late. No, they coming in late because they're just getting home from work.
Mhm.
They're not they wasn't out
Yes.
doing fun stuff. All the fun stuff that you thought your parents was doing, they might have been sitting in the car crying. That's you know what I'm saying? Cause hey, listen, I'm telling you, man,
Oh,
it was hard because I remember, you know, plenty of times where, like you said, like the bills they start piling up and things aren't going and you know, even in the military you make a little bit of money, but you don't make a lot. You make enough to be okay, but you don't make enough to kind of, you know, do whatever you want, you know,
you
and a
make
lot of
enough to be right above the poverty line.
yeah, yeah, like and
Tell
I
me the
mean
truth.
right
Right
above,
above.
like your
Right.
feet is dangling on it. Like if you dip to the left, like you know what I'm saying?
You in the water.
Right. But yeah, you know, so I will say like being an adult for me, I was a young adult, right? So like I said, I got kicked out of my house by my sister when I was 18 years old and I had to go and figure it out. And figuring it out, I made a lot of mistakes. But figuring it out, I also had fun, you know, and I tell you, man, being an adult, like little stuff like car payments one thing, listen, one mistake or one thing that I did when I first bought my car, man, I ain't know about oil changes, right? I ain't know about like none of that stuff.
They didn't tell you that when he bought the
Listen,
car, like, hey, you gotta
yeah,
come get your
that
oil
sound
change.
good, but when you barely making it, the oil change is not in the budget, right? My first car, I probably didn't get an oil change for like 6 years. Listen, I was like,
Holy how that car last that
listen, I
long?
had a Honda. Hey, listen, I had a
Oh,
Honda. Thank you, Honda. Yeah, yeah,
they last forever.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Hondas last
sold that
forever.
car. I only probably had 2 oil changes on it, and I had that car for 10 years.
Oh god,
But yeah,
damn.
but those are the things like that you don't think about as an adult. Being an adult is being grown and being an adult is two different things. And grown in my mind is like, hey, you get a certain age, but being an adult is like you're that age and you handling business. Like I've had friends that they came out like they went to college, they got a 40-year degree and they was off to the races. And I'm like, man, y'all got it figured out. Meanwhile, I'm quitting Hardee's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no listen, I ain't telling you not to go to work at Hardee's or none of that. Do whatever you got to do to survive. What I'm trying to tell you is um make a plan and try to, you know, be the best version and set yourself up because being an adult is good. Like I've been shocked. The reality of it that I've learned is every adult, like we all have different versions of like of being an
Mhm.
adult, right? You know what I'm saying? Like military, like if you were a military brat and your family, like your parents, like let's say they made high ranking, like your life is probably was good. You ain't have to worry about food. Like you become adult, like you may make it or you may not make it because you was kind of had a silver spoon.
Yeah.
Um, if you had one of them parents who was working minimum wage jobs, like you have a different perspective on life. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing now. And now as me being an adult, like I start seeing those things. Cause like even some of the bills, like I find myself looking at stuff like, man, dang boy, a burger is $6. Do I really want to buy this? You know what I'm saying? Cause that's the real. It's like, okay, I see why they say you got food at home.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I'm about to,
Well,
yeah,
but who want to pay for a $6 burger? That's the thing kill me. And
yeah.
that burger don't
He
even be that
don't
good.
got no money. Listen, my
I don't
son
even.
love Chick-fil-A. He must think Chick-fil-A free. He must
He
think that
does.
we own
Can you pay for it?
cause he be like,
Cause you
hey,
pay
let's
for
go
it.
to Chick-fil-A. Listen, Chick-fil-A meals are $15 now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, $15 per person. So you go to Chick-fil-A, if me and him go, we spending a good 30,
$30 just for
$30
Chick-fil-A. For
for
chicken.
something that's gonna last in your stomach 10 minutes and then you still gonna be hungry again.
No, well, if you get the chicken sandwich and the nuggets on the side with a milkshake and a Coke, you should be
Oh
good.
no, he can't do that. Nah.
I mean, it's gonna be more than $15, but you
Yeah,
should
yeah.
and get some, and then eat all your fries.
Yeah,
That
yeah. You got
that was the
vegetables.
one. I
Yeah,
would tell people that's one thing you were talking about being an adult, right? When I wasn't an adult, I used to remember I used to throw away food all the time. I say leftovers all the time now.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
thing, because I see if I got a meal, I can split up in 2 meals.
yeah,
Imma go ahead and cut that in half and save that for later, and keep
yeah,
going. So I can have something to eat later, because you never know. You never
yeah.
know.
Okay, so here's one, right? So as an adult, what's like I know you treated yourself like what is a restaurant you went to as an adult? Because as a kid you don't care. And you was like, yeah, I probably should have set this one out.
Oh, in Fort Bragg, they got this steakhouse called Chris's.
Mm,
I'm a big steak I love to eat steak.
yeah.
I went there. That's when I first met my wife to be. I said,
Okay.
I'm going to impress her. I'm gonna take her to the steakhouse. So we went to the steakhouse. Now, not thinking how much this going to cost.
Yeah.
We went to the steakhouse. We bought 2 steaks.
Mm.
We had 4 drinks each.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
not talking about a
You
small
had you
steak.
had you had the USDA prime cut. You ain't had the cheat stuff.
Yes, that
Oh,
it,
okay.
it was
Oh
like
man.
it was like an inch and a half thick. Okay, and maybe about 6 to 7 inches long. It was
Oh yeah.
big. It was a big steak. Two old baked potato, curling in the thing.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when he slid that bill over to me, and it started with a 5.
Mm.
I like, holy shit. I like, I know this ain't 50.
Right, yeah.
I know it's 50 because when I start like, I see 50. I like, holy shit. So what the hell is this going to be at the end? And then it came out to be 500 and I think like $3. I was like,
And that
holy
ain't even a
crap.
tip.
No, no, it wasn't no one
Yeah.
tip yet. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, I
Oof.
need to go to the car. I need to go to the car with my credit card. Because in my bank account,
You
my bank account
you
wasn't
got
reading right.
250.
It wasn't reading right. How you hit the bank
Yeah,
account and hit
yeah,
the
yeah.
screen. You can't make no
Eh,
more numbers get into it. So I'm like,
yeah.
you gotta be kidding me. So I'm like, okay, I need to go to the car. So actually, she thought I was gonna go to the car and ditch, like itch
Oh,
and ditch, right?
man, that's crazy.
So she came out to the car with me. Told her, "You ready?" I'm like, oh, I gotta go pay this bill. I gotta go pay this bill. I said,
Oh,
you
dine and dash. Oh, man.
you about to make us go to jail.
Nah, oh, man.
And
Yeah,
I'm thinking about stuff. I'm like, it was a good dinner up until I got that bill. That
yeah,
bill was the shocker. When I see the bill, like, holy shit,
yeah.
son, this is not
I,
what life is about.
yeah, I had a similar situation. So Imma tell you, I had a similar situation. I went to Ruth Chris. This is young me. I
Oh,
went to Ruth
Ruth.
Chris. I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's go." And, I'm like, boom, I'm like, whatever, get what you want. Like, never tell nobody get what they want, cause they getting what they can't afford and what you may
And
not
what?
be able to afford. And my bill wasn't
Mm-hmm.
500, my bill was like 400 and something, cause we
That's
having a good time, drinks, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is why am I in here? Cause I could tell by the way that I was dressed and everybody else was dressed
yes.
and how they were saying the right name of the food. I was like, I don't even supposed to be in here. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, but that's when I realized, like, man, everything just costs money. And now
Mm-hmm.
it's even worse. Everything just costs money, man. And that's really like the bad part of being about adult is the responsibility and like the bills. If you could like take that part out, man, being an adult would be so awesome. Like if I didn't have
Or make more money or be rich.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what. See, I don't. I just want to be like. I wish there was a way that I could just go places and they was like, all right, you could eat what you want, you could do what you want, and then we'll figure it out later. Like that's the.
You
I think that's the pressure of doing stuff. It's like, man, like everything
must
is.
think you must think you're a congressman.
Yeah, something. That's something. Cause I'd be like, man, but ultimately that's like for me. to be where I want in life, it's just like I don't want to have to think about none of that stuff. And I'm pretty much there. It's like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I think what we all do as adults is we just be looking at the numbers because we know what the numbers used to be. Like, you know, like
Mhm.
you've been broke before and you're like, nah, I ain't trying to be there again.
But that's the key. You got money now,
Yeah, I
but you
got
wanna be
money.
broke because you remember
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
was when you didn't have no money. So now you're thinking
yeah,
back in your head like, I
yeah,
can't go back to that." So it's a little fear in your heart like, "Hey, I can't. No, no,
yeah,
I can't go back." So I ain't mad at you for that. I tell
yeah.
people like even with like you say, even with gas prices, right? I don't look at the gas until it goes over 40. I'm like, okay,
$40?
I need
Oh, well, you looking pretty soon because my gas is listen, 40 is a good day.
40 is high.
No,
Okay,
that ain't high, man.
for
Listen,
hey,
right
hey,
now to
I'm
fill my
cheap.
tank up,
I'm cheap these
it costs
days.
about 90 plus dollars. And I just be like, man, that's
You see how
crazy.
good you dress, right? You see that nice little collar shirt? I got a t-shirt on. I'm frugal.
Nah, but hey, but I mean, some of the stuff you do got to think about. Like, you're not if I don't look at gas prices often because I know like if I gotta go somewhere, I gotta get gas. You know, I don't look at food prices because I know that all these things that you gotta get, it's the stuff that I don't have to have that I'd be like, man, like I'd be like, what? Who's paying for this? Like, who's paying for this type of stuff? But I guess that's, you know, that's
Like
a part
what?
of
Like what? What you don't need? Tell me what you don't need.
I don't need like clothes. Like, man, I'm not a big clothes person. Like, okay, like
So so
people that
so
wear
so
Jordans, I don't get it.
so,
I
so you
don't
don't
get
need
it.
clothes?
And not like that, not the clothes that they wearing.
Then why are you wearing clothes right
Uh,
now if you don't need clothes?
I mean, you can't walk around naked. I'm just saying, like I be looking at people like they be like, oh man, the new joint's about to come out 250. I'd be like 250.
I, have you ever owned a pair of Jordans?
Yes, and I always get them on clearance when they be like
Mm-mm.
$80, and they be the unpopular
And
ones, and I be like, I don't care. I just want the
I
shoe because it's the
never,
color that I want. Listen,
never, not
I
one pair.
I've never
Uh,
played full price for no Jordans. I tell you that.
but I know you own some LeBrons.
I do. I do. I do. That was it. And you know, a lot of stuff I was buying, I was like, collector items, but eh, I be buying the non-collectible stuff. I don't know. I guess the kid that brought the Pokemon card was smarter than me because they be getting $10,000,
Mhm.
$30,000 for something they paid 50 cents for. Like I used to collect a lot of stuff, and then I was like, none of this stuff is ever gonna be worth money. Like the stuff that I want to be worth money is never worth money. The stuff that I
Mm.
thought would never like people would never buy this. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, some kid just sold a GI Joe whatever for 10, and I'd be like, what is going on?
But at least they got the GI Joe when they was younger
Yeah, they
and
did. Yeah,
held on
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
You know, I
I'm gonna
wouldn't
tell
even
you
have
right
the
now.
opportunity to get
Yeah, no.
GI Joe.
Yeah.
So
Unless it
so
came in a
that
Happy Meal, but see that back. Listen, if I could go now, if I had a time
he's
machine, what I would do is I would go back to my younger self. Listen,
collect
don't
Beanie
play with
Babies.
that toy. Wait till you become adult. And some idiot is gonna pay you $10,000 to $20,000 for this toy that came in a $2.
He says
Like, listen,
some idiot.
Beanie Babies is a good one. Pokemon,
Yeah.
like matter of fact, I just seen this the other day. They said that the the Biggie Small crown. They said it cost $6. They said somebody just sold it for like $500,000.
The crown that Big and Smalls wore.
That on whatever cover. I'm like,
So where is I'm gonna go buy that. I think I can
no,
afford that today.
yeah, yeah.
Look,
I was
if I
like,
buy that
that's
for half,
crazy.
mm-mm. My my wife would kick my ass. I go buy a crown for $500,000.
Yeah, but yeah. So but yeah, man. So I mean, that's kind of it. Like as a like I said, you just look at things different as an adult, man. And that's good though, because when you're a kid, you really don't know. Now as an adult, like it's all like being adult is fun until like the bad moments. It's the lows is when those waves come in. It's like you ever been in like swimming in like an ocean and then that wave come and
Mhm.
it smack you? That's life. But when it's not the waves,
And
like
you
it's
shake,
all good. You know what I'm
and
saying?
you shake it out your hair,
Mm-mm.
shake it out your hair and keep going. Shake it out your hair and keep going.
Yeah.
You know, I know we've been saying about adulting and how bad sometimes it can be, but for the most part, once you figure it out, because you said one key thing from the get go, right? Once you get a plan and you
Yeah.
start working towards that plan and working towards that goal, adulting, believe it or not, start getting easy. We just have to. I wish somebody would have told me earlier about some of these plans that
Yeah.
I could work out to get there before it gets too bad. Like when you talk about the car, the
Yeah.
buying the house, even the sneakers. Like I said, I didn't do the sneakers. I wasn't a sneaker guy.
Yeah.
So, but I was an electronic guy, and I bought a lot of useless electronics over the
Yeah.
years that I could have just left on the shelf.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's those things that I wish as a kid I would have listened. So when I got to be the adult, that adulting wouldn't be so hard, that I
Yeah.
wouldn't want a refund on it. Because, like you said, your parents walk around like life was hard. For them, it probably was
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But we should have paid attention to some of those lessons that they say, and me laughing at the teacher about their car and house. And I should like, you know what? Why are they in that situation? So I can make sure I'm not in that situation
You're
when I get
right.
an
Right.
adult.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and you're right. And to kind of sum it all up, man, it really goes into setting yourself up financially because all the issues, and I tell people this, most of all the issues in your life can be settled with money. I don't know why people act like money ain't a good thing. Listen,
But it's horrible, root of all evil.
listen. When you
Look,
got money, I'm gonna be honest, your
it
life
forced
is
you
a
to
lot
sell
better.
drugs and whore
That's the lack of
and
money.
whore out there. So it's like no, you like drugging and whoring.
Yeah.
That-
So
that-
so 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 I will say that like the one thing that if you get some type of financial stability young as
Mhm.
a young adult, it'll be a lot better because most of the things that really are hard is related to money and communication. So as an adult,
Oh
you
yeah,
need money and you need to be able to communicate. Cause if you don't have those two things, being an adult is gonna suck because like I hate when somebody can't tell me what's wrong. Like, okay, let's talk about it. Ah man, I don't know.
no,
I
but
don't know.
man,
Yeah,
but
then they be like, and I be like, please just tell me, just get to the point. So communication and money will make your adult experience. I will say adulting has been a lot better since I have become financially stable because there's a lot of things I don't worry about. If something breaks, I could fix it or get it replaced. If you don't, that's a stressor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be up losing sleep trying to figure out something.
Mhm.
You be like, man, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get the brakes changed on my car. You be like, that's a
So,
$70
oh,
problem.
your refrigerator breaks. Oh man, that's the worst one because
Yeah,
you got
something that's in your
who.
house. Oh man, that's the worst. Yeah. Yeah. I can see why people stress out about that though. But yeah, hey, but man, that's a welcome to adulthood. This is just the first
Mhm.
part of being an adult. It's so many levels that we haven't talked about
Mm.
yet. Being an adult. If you think that it's hard now, wait until the next episode when we dig into something that's even deeper.
Deeper.
Being in the being an adult. Deeper, yeah. Hey, so we are out. We two adults and we just trying to make it, man. So adult
Try
number
not to
one
cry in the
out.
car.
I already did that.
Adult
I
number
did
two
that
out.
before this. I did that before. I did that before we got here because I was like, boy, I already know what it is. Hey,
Oh
but the good thing
man,
is at least you're here to cry.
that's right, brother.
All right, man. Till next time.
Okay,
Peace.
I'll talk to you later, brother.
All right.
Bye.
Yep. Yep.
If you enjoyed the conversation, don't just listen, be part of it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs to hear it. We're dropping real conversations every week, so tap in, stay connected, and don't miss what's next. Until next time, keep it real.